It is now not res integra that the payment of court fee is dependent entirely upon the averments made in the plaint and relief claimed therein. The averments made in the written statement are not required to be examined. In the present case, the plaintiffs have prayed for three reliefs, namely that 2004 will is null and void, illegal and inoperative, and it had no adverse effect on the 1991 will. That the plaintiffs be declared that the 1991 will has been executed by Srimati Kirti Sharma out of her own free will, which has been validly registered, and the defendant be restrained by means permanent injunction not to interfere in the use of suit house by the plaintiffs according to their will. Lastly, it has prayed that the defendant be restrained to alienate the suit property on the basis of null and void 2004 will. It is the substance of the plaint allegations and not the form which would be considered for deciding the controversy in this appeal. The plaintiffs have not only prayed for declaring the 2004 will as null and void but also seek declaration about the validity of the 1991 will as and consequent permanent injunction against the defendant. They further expect from the court that the declaration under the decree be also intimated to the office of the registrar Ghaziabad. The case of Sukhreed Singh, Sardul Singh within bracket Supra before the apex court pertained to declaration of the sale deeds to be void and not binding on the co-parcenary, and for the consequential relief of joint possession and injunction there was no prayer for cancellation of the sale deeds. Plaintiff in the suit was not the executant of the sale deeds, so it was held that the court fee would be computable under 7C of Court Fees Act. This case pertains to state of Punjab. In UP, several amendments have been made in Court Fees Act since 1938, and for the purpose of this case, Section 7 within bracket 4A has been added in the statute, which relates to suit for or involving cancellation of for adjudging void or voidable a decree for money or other property having a market value or an instrument securing money or other property having such value. No doubt the plaintiff in the case before the apex court had prayed for declaration of a will dated 14/7/1985 and its codicil dated 17/8/1988 as void and non est qua the co-parcenary. But the limited question that was considered by the Honorable Court was as to what is the court fee payable in regard to the prayer for a declaration that the sale deeds were void and not binding on the co-parcenary, as well as for the consequential relief of joint possession and injunction. The question whether the will is an instrument which secures the property for beneficiary concerned was not raised and considered. The apex court, with regard to payment of court fee on the relief for declaration that the sale deeds were null and void, ruled that the court fee was computable under section 7 within bracket 4 within bracket C read with section 7 within bracket 5 of the Act. Clause 5 provides that where the relief is in regard to agricultural lands, court fee should be reckoned with reference to the revenue payable under clauses A to D thereof, and where the relief is in regard to the houses, court fee shall be on the market value of the houses under clause E thereof. In these circumstances, on account of distinguished facts and points for consideration, the case of Surhid Singh within bracket Supra does not help the appellant at all. Over.